ERLC has just given us our first massive ERLC 2025 summer update teasers. As you can see by this tweet right here from PRC Roblox, they have just posted things are coming together for an update this weekend, which means the update is confirmed to be releasing this weekend, and the weekend is basically already starting. It will be Friday tomorrow, which means we're expecting an update either Saturday or Sunday of this week. And then they also put, what new things do you see in these photos with an eyeball emoji? Now, as you can see, we have 3 new teaser pictures. Now, we're going to go through each of these 3 pictures and point out everything you may have missed, even though there is a very obvious part in all of these photos already, which are vehicle interiors. But we're gonna stop the yapping right there, and we're gonna individually go through these pictures and check everything out that is going on in them. But first things first, PRC did respond to this tweet from Cheeks the Pig. They said, oh my gosh, the signs to reflect regions for RP servers, this is huge. And then PRC responded, we will look at expanding this to as many regions as possible, which means perhaps new side driving, like maybe the road you will be driving on will actually swap if you change it to European or American. It will change based on your region, which means they are going to be updating their game to many more regions to come. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start going through all 3 of these pictures, starting with the first one right here. You can see this is our first picture of a traffic stop going on between this 2008 Tahoe and this 2020 pickup truck. Now, as you can see, let's go ahead and state the obvious game. There is obviously the European speed limit sign. At least I believe this is European. I know it is, but can't be too sure. We have brand new European stop signs or speed limit signs, not stop signs. Those still look the same as that tweet we just talked about before we got here. And then secondly, the elephant in the room is that all of these vehicles now have car interiors. If we go back to Sam, the lead developer for PRC, we sold this teaser on July 4th, which means this is the interior of the vehicle interiors. And this shows that the steering wheel actually moves. There's an animation with the steering wheel moving. As you can see, his head is bobbing back and forth to match the steering wheel. And this just shows the actual interior of the vehicles and how the animations will be working. So going back here, we can see the vehicle interiors and also this new thing that really looks out of place. Not out of place, but it pops a lot more than it did before, which are these visor lights. As you can see, you have the visor lights on the vehicle. Instead of a light bar, you have the visor lights. And these just look like they pop a lot more since there's actually a window in them. And you can tell, this looks really clean since it's not just a black slate of a window. You can actually see inside of it. One thing though, if you do take a look at this red truck, is that there is really low detail on these interiors. It is possible they didn't want to put too much detail into them to keep the servers from lagging, but still it's not really as detailed as it could be for just looking at these pictures. And also, this light was also inside of the vehicle rather than outside, and you can see an officer. And you can also see a bit of a head in here. This is the person the officer is talking to. See a bit of the head in the vehicle, which kind of looks like it's like really low. Honestly, it looks like that person is either really short or I don't know what to say, because it looks like they barely be able to see the steering wheel. But once again, they are driving a truck. But that's not the only thing in this picture. Before we move on to the second and third picture, if you actually look in the background, you can see this fire station. But we're not really looking at the fire station, but we are at the same time. If we look at the speed limit sign, this is not a speed limit, the street sign, you can see instead of it being a green color, it is actually white. So if I zoom into this picture, we can see it, and we can also see a bit of the interior of the fire station. Now, it is a bit hard to tell whether the interior is any different than before, but I have to say, normally right now in the game it is just a lobby, but this, through the window, through the opaque window that you can barely see through, it looks like this is a whole new layout inside the fire station. So comment down your thoughts below if you think this is any different, but I can't really tell. Let me know if you can tell, but maybe the fire station is going to be getting a revamp in either this part or the second part that will be coming in later this month, or guess next month whenever they release the next update. Now, this is the second picture PRC has given us right here, and here we can get a better shot of the speed sign. I don't know why I keep saying the speed signs, but the street sign names. Oh my gosh, I finally got it. And you can see this is Independence Parkway, and then we have an EV charger right here. If you don't know where Independence Parkway is, that is where the jewelry store is. I can tell because of a little bit of a rock, and this is that side where the gadget shack would be on the right side. The EV Chargers is at the city park, and we can see this is a brand new supercar electric vehicle with an interior. You can tell it kind of has bucket seats. You can see it has bucket seats in the vehicle. A brand new electric supercar that will be coming to the game in this summer update this weekend. So this is pretty exciting news right here. We're wondering, this guy's definitely got an interesting face, but we're going to be receiving this brand new vehicle. I did look through here. There's not anything else you can really tell from this picture. I mean, you could point out the fact there is some sort of a light in the background, but that is really just a street sign in total. So there's not too much to talk about on this second picture here, apart from the fact we're receiving a brand new supercar with an interior, crazy mirrors, crazy lighting in this summer update. So let's go move on to our last picture, which actually has a lot more detail than the other one. As you can see, we've got a total of 4 vehicles in this frame, all with interiors, which means we have full interior support coming in this update. But that's not it either. All the vehicles in this picture are all classic vehicles. Now, I'm not sure if you remember, but this vehicle right here was actually posted in a tweet teaser by Mr. Fergie a few days ago, which is right here for the but the Dukes of Hazzard car jumped over 150 feet. But there's a difference between this tweet and the picture we actually got, and it's that this was not on the back of the vehicle. This was not on the back of the car in the picture right here, which means we are getting confirmed vehicle customization in part 1 of this year's 2025 summer update. But if we continue past this vehicle, which will be a brand new classic vehicle for the Game Pass, we also have revamped vehicles right here. Now, it will be a little bit hard to tell whether these are old vehicles or if they're new. Specifically this one, I'm pretty sure this is new, but it is really hard to tell considering the fact we have not seen any of these cars with an interior forever. Even though it was leaked around a year ago with the Tahoes and Mustangs, this is our full first official teaser. And as you can see, another classic vehicle. We have this 1998, it looks like a Crown Victoria or whatever you'd like to call it, an Impala for a new version. Maybe it's remodeled. It's a current remodeled Impala, which would be pretty cool. And of course, we've got our another classic vehicle. This one is already on the police department for Game Pass. It is another classic Crown Victorian replica or model, however you want to call it. And then we have our 2 officers right here. Now, the head does seem to be more lined up with this vehicle a little bit better. Another thing I just noticed, if you look at these headlights right here, just like one of the original classic vehicles in the game, these headlights will pop up, presumably with animation if they're used. You've got this officer giving this person a ticket and their partner on the other side. Now, based on looking at these officers, you cannot tell that anything is new whatsoever, but this is still a pretty cool teaser. Let me know your thoughts down below about the brand new Regions pack, the fact we have vehicle interiors for every single car in the game, and if you've got any other theories or thoughts of your own, and if you're ready for this weekend summer update, comment that down below. Like this video, make sure you're subscribed, and goodbye. Don't forget, we will be live Friday, Saturday, and if it's not out yet on Sunday, we will be live then too. So make sure you guys are tuned in. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.